Imagine falling in love, getting married, and then being sent to war just days later. Now imagine your death was worth millions to someone else. Okay, let's dive into this. Across Russia, investigators say a deeply disturbing scheme known as the Black Widow scam is exploiting soldiers headed to the front lines. Women are accused of entering these rushed marriages with troops. And the catch? If those soldiers die in combat, the new wives can legally receive government death benefits, sometimes leaving the soldiers' actual parents and children with absolutely nothing. To understand the why here, we've got to look at the numbers. Under Russian law, 5 million rubles, which equates to roughly 64,000 US dollars, is the starting baseline. This is the lump sum compensation given to the legal next of kin when a service member is killed in action. For a lot of people, that is a staggering amount of money. And it's created a dangerous, seriously perverse incentive. Now, what's really interesting about this is how casually the exploitation is discussed by the perpetrators. I mean, it is pure, unadulterated greed. Take Marina Orlova, a real estate agent from Tomsk. She was actually recorded on a podcast outright promoting this scheme. She literally told the host that marrying a deployed soldier was just a workable way to fund a cheap apartment purchase. In some of these pitches, sums of up to 8 million rubles are cited as the ultimate prize for marrying a soldier heading into the line of fire. It's wild. So how on earth is this legally possible? Well, it all comes back to a policy shift that was meant to do the exact opposite. Back in 2022, Russia streamlined its marriage rules for enlistees. The goal was to waive waiting periods and hold these televised mass weddings to lift troop morale. But, this well-intentioned fast track accidentally became the ultimate Black Widow playbook. The waiting period vanishes, the wedding is rushed, the soldier tragically dies, and boom, the payout is instantly captured by the new spouse. Section 1. The Case Files. Exhibits of Exploitation. Let's move along and see how this builds. Let's look at Exhibit A out of St. Petersburg. Here we have a 59-year-old father named Yuri who quietly enlisted. His daughter, Maria, had absolutely no idea. Just 2 days before he left for the front, Yuri married a 37-year-old woman he barely knew. And under the succession rules, this stranger instantly jumped to the front of the line to become his legal next of kin, ahead of his own flesh and blood. Maria only learned of this massive betrayal after her father was killed. But you guys, the nightmare didn't end there for Maria. When she went to visit her father's apartment, her own childhood home, she discovered it had already been sold to new owners who insisted their purchase was entirely lawful. The new widow had just liquidated the estate. The bride, the buyer, and the money were completely gone. Maria was left standing there holding a set of keys to a door she literally no longer owned. And sadly, Exhibit B proves this is a grim pattern, not just an isolated incident. In one horrifying case, a military hospital nurse was dismissed after marrying 5 different injured servicemen in her care, right before each of them died from their wounds. But get this, despite the public outrage, women like the nurse and that real estate agent we mentioned earlier were only sentenced to community service in order to apologize. I mean, that is a remarkably light slap on the wrist for orchestrating such a heavy betrayal, right? And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when families actually fight back. In Exhibit C, from Rise On, a soldier named Georgie married a woman named Angelina just 10 days after meeting her online. He realized his mistake and filed for divorce, but tragically, he was killed in action before the paperwork finalized. Angelina obviously tried to claim the money, but Georgie's mother took her to court. In a rare instance of the system correcting itself, the judge actually stripped Angelina of her next of kin status. Section 2. Betrayal from within, inside the ranks. So the crucial point is what investigators uncovered in Primorsky Krai, in Russia's Far East. An investigation there targeted a military warrant officer, a surgeon, and an accountant. This trio allegedly built a localized, state-sponsored murder-for-profit machine. It is terrifying. Step 1, they'd find vulnerable recruits with no close family. Step 2, they arranged a rushed marriage with a willing accomplice. And Step 3, they deliberately assigned that specific soldier to highly lethal, high-risk combat missions just to trigger the survivor payout as quickly as possible. It is an absolutely chilling weaponization of military authority. Section 3, the fallout, a society strained. You see, this isn't just a handful of isolated crimes anymore. It's become a profound societal stressor. The sheer scale of this fraud has finally forced the issue into the halls of the Russian parliament. Lawmakers like Leonid Slutsky are sounding the alarm, stating publicly that the real families of servicemen desperately need legal protection from what he calls aggressive fraudsters and predatory actors. The government is now scrambling to close the very loopholes they created just a couple of years ago to boost morale. The rushed weddings, the stolen apartments, the deliberate deployments to the absolute deadliest zones just to cash a check. It leaves us with a haunting realization. This explainer started by asking you to imagine the unimaginable. So as we wrap up, I leave you with this final thought to reflect on. In the chaotic intersection of bureaucratic loopholes and human greed, is this one of the darkest consequences of modern war?